I'm sorry. What's weird is that my wife's birthday is a day off from my oldest daughter's birthday, and I'm not sure what that says with this line of thinking involved.
Thank you, great.
But we're gonna move on now, especially since I'm now streaming. Oh, what?
Until that part.
All right. Since we've officially jumped in here now, cool. All right. So
Good transition.
it's a terrible segue. All right. So what we're doing is so that was Sarge, and her lieutenant is going to be Captain Relish. That's you. So you have two other soldiers with you, the purple guys over there. And three. Is that a soldier?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I can get rid of them.
Yeah.
So real quick, point. I can't. Like my next step on this is to get the dot cam on an HDMI and be able to move it, but I'm not there yet. So, anyways, point at who's who over there. So I just have it right. So who's down there? That's you, and you're down.
Yes.
Okay. And you've done death saves or no?
I've done 2 successes.
Okay.
This is me. I'm down.
And then fell on top of you.
That's right.
I fell on top of him.
Oh, okay, both of you are down. And you've been doing death
I
saves.
have 1 success, 2 fails.
I have no success.
Okay, and then Jack is the one with wings. Okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Just 5 and over here.
Yeah,
Have a good time.
it's a skill issue if you're down, actually.
I tried, trying to,
And I've
all these
got
spells. I'm like, hey, yo, I'm that guy. They didn't fall for it.
4 guards. 3 of them 2 of them substantially injured. 2 of them not great. He's gonna have 18 hit points instead of his 27 because of
I
that
can
one.
get that knocked down in 1 round.
Okay, so just for context, or as a reminder, you all were on a mission from, as you guys are part of the Cult of the Dragon Queen, you were given a mission to do reconnaissance for the city or town of Greenest for an upcoming horde attack. Not horde. An upcoming attack from the cult as they try and gather materials to release the Evil Dragon Queen Tiamat. So you all are on the side of that cult. And you guys had tracked down, you were following a guard party, a squad of guards out who were on patrol, and you basically ambushed them. And casualties have ensued. And so with that, you are one of the guards. Since you're only here for 30 minutes, it'll give you a nice introduction without really giving you a whole lot of stake in whether the character lives.
I think that's fair.
In the event that the primary guard that you're playing here dies, we'll just roll you over the other ones until all of them are dead. Or until the rest of the party's dead, whichever happens first. Your goal is to basically kill all of them because they killed your squad captain and are attacking you out of the blue. That's where
I don't know about that.
I did say I was from, what's the name? Alter Guard. I said I was an inspector.
Yes, and then
yes.
damage
And
occurred.
they believed that. Oh no, they believed we were going to annex them. They didn't believe I was an inspector.
With a complicated situation.
Yeah.
At this point, all bets are off. So what we will do as a start, here you always you'll want to have set it up so you can use these. As a start, we are going to re-roll initiative.
And then
So
here's
everybody-
the dice you can roll.
Everybody for initiative rolls a d20. That's a 20-sided die. Like this one.
Yep.
You roll that, and you're going to add your initiative bonus or your dexterity
8
modifier.
plus, yeah, that. You got a 10.
And
16 for me.
give me your character name too. Or actually, I'll just, it's okay. Never mind. Zach, 16.
Yep.
Okay. What'd you roll?
So I got 10.
10.
Okay, 10 total with modifier?
Yeah.
Okay. Eric got 10. Elle, what are you?
12.
Okay. Jack, what are you?
9.
Okay. Max.
15.
Okay, that worked out. And then,
Did you know
how many? I have 3
No, I
guards.
rolled at 16, so my first roll.
Oh, you're.
You either die or.
My rolls for initiative on the guards were 3 and 5, so we're just gonna let the other 3 be all at the bottom.
Okay, I'm first.
So I'm just gonna say guards at the bottom.
Okay, I think it might be on top of a corpse.
Oh, Zach's first, so death save.
It's either he
Yeah, you
dies
either
or
die
You
or.
might be on top of a corpse.
You have one.
I have 2 fails.
You could die.
You might be on top of a corpse. Box. 14.
Let's
Yes,
go!
go!
We're still in.
2-2.
We're still in.
So they like to chant box before the rolls because it's fun.
Makes it roll better.
It does make it roll better.
That's
It does.
actually why I roll bad
That,
every
it worked in this instance.
Oh. Alright, next is 50.
Okay, so Max, you're up.
You got the chance.
This is the first session I've ever started with double death save.
Yeah.
I realize in my entire history.
Well,
Ah,
That's it. That's good.
correction.
That's good.
Oh.
It's not double death save. That's
It
it.
might be
It's
triple.
Triple death
It's
save.
triple.
yeah.
Kalis is a one-man army.
You got this.
So is Ella next?
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got this. Box. 16.
Oh, I think that's
You're back up.
Yeah, I'm
So
back
what
up.
was that? 3 successes?
We're so
So you're not backed up. You are
Just
stable. No. You're stabilized. Only a natural 20 gets you 1 hit point. You're stable and unconscious for an hour, unless acted upon by an outside force, for good or bad.
Just not dead.
But that is 3. That is 3 successes. So we start the game with 3 death saving throws that were all successes.
That does
The,
exactly.
may the dice ever be in your favor.
I can't wait till next round.
Okay, so not so of
Yeah, I was
course
gonna
that
say, I
gave
think I'm a-
that gave Eric no sense of context for how to play this game
Don't
at
worry
all,
You got this.
and
Jim.
now
Do
he
what you
gets to
wanna
jump
do.
right in. So, all right. So first thing, you've got 30 movement. Each grid or square over there is 5 feet. So basically, you can move 6 if you want to get close to people. So right now, you've got your 3 purple people are your friends, and the winged creature is the only enemy that you see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And on like the cover of the pamphlet, it's just like.
Alternatively, if you have, so you can either, if you've got a hand weapon, which would be here, so your dagger or your spear, you could run up and attack if you want. You can also use a distance weapon like your Eldritch Blast and basically shoot magical energy from your hand and go pew pew.
You don't have to do any of that, so you could just pass your turn.
If, yeah.
Be that guy. Oh.
If it's the first time, I'll go over there.
So you're gonna run over to
Which
him,
way do you want to go?
You should stand directly next to me.
No, thank you. I'll stand behind you.
You want to go?
and let's see.
Yeah.
You
Here.
notice at like the very end,
Or behind them.
there is
I'll
like,
go right there.
Like right in between them?
Yeah.
And are you gonna try and like reach forward and like either stab with your spear or your dagger? Or are you gonna try and shoot magical energy? Just keep your choices real simple, I guess.
I'll use my
with
spear.
Okay. And are you gonna do it two-handed, or are you gonna try and like throw it?
Okay.
Like, 2 hands thrust or chuck it?
I'll do two-handed.
Okay. So to make an attack, you roll a d20. That's the same one you rolled for initiative. This is a primary defense. So use yours. Yeah. Roll that.
Okay.
So what'd you roll?
7.
Is that a 7 or a 1? That's a 1.
Oh, there's a 1.
A
Sorry.
natural 1. That's a critical failure. Since you're stabbing through 2 of your fellow guards, that critical failure, you're like running up, okay guys, I'm here to help. And then you like trip at the last minute, and the critical failure means you stab into one of them. Roll a d4. A 1 or 2 is the one on your left. A 3 or 4 is the one on your right to see who takes damage. Yeah. A 3. So the one on the right is going to take damage, and if you would roll a d6 and subtract 1, that's how much damage you would normally do.
It's a 5.
So -1 is 4. So your first engagement in D&D was to have a critical fail,
It's pretty good.
which seems to be working strangely for the party's benefit.
This is good for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you do
What a hero.
4 damage to an ally on accident, and they cry out in pain. What are you doing back there? Actually, I'm gonna make a perception check to see if they think you betrayed them. No, okay, they don't. They did not get confused. All right, with that, so let me see if your character has any bonus actions real fast. I don't think so.
The Horns Minotaur as being
Okay, so that was your action, and that was your movement. Your action was just sad. And that's okay. That's okay. All right. With that, Jackie's up.
That's gonna be a 22 to hit the one that was already damaged.
Yeah, it's okay with 2.
The one most damaged.
Yeah, the one that was most damaged.
Okay, the one that looks most beat up. Okay, and it was what to hit?
22?
Okay, that definitely hits.
Yeah, I'm reckless attacking.
Right.
So that's gonna be for 8,
You know, okay.
10,
Oh, you rolled.
12.
Does he hate all
I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah. 16.
Damage.
Yeah.
My God.
What does it look like as you destroy the one on the left there?
Right, of course. As per usual,
This one?
Kayla's takes their great axe.
My
and-
left.
Your left?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, toward her.
Kayla's takes their great axe and cleaves yet another one in half.
You just straight down the
Yeah,
middle.
straight down the middle.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Let me know how that goes. I'm glad you got to critically fail once. You've officially been inducted into the Indie Club, and you have you had a classic hijack on your first roll. So wonderful. Hang in there. We are going to do something with CSM next week on Thursday instead of here. So, like, this group's not, but I'm doing something with Hayden and him. So check Discord if you want to be part of that.
Oh, that's true.
All right, cool.
I'll let you know. I'll hold the door for you. Okay,
Thanks. Hope everything's well. Don't forget your tea.
I don't know what happened, so you can tell me. You said I need to yell.
All right.
Hopefully everything went well.
They start knocking on the door.
Just adjusting. Okay. Why? Why?
No, I do that too.
It's just over dramatic. All right, so you leave asunder a greenest guard.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not the first time.
All right.
I think most
Entrails and bowels. Oh, look, a kidney.
Yeah. Kayla's isn't different.
All right. That was the kidney pop. Just
Oh, boy.
I don't know if they actually.
I don't think so.
They're not inflated.
I know. Never mind.
I mean, maybe that's how humans work. I don't know. I'm a kobold.
You've probably eaten more humans than anybody else.
I'm
We
pretty
won't.
sure they pop.
We'll actually avoid that conversation.
Like-
That's for the other
It's like boba.
other campaign. I can't stand boba. Anyway,
I love boba.
but if you like it, I'm so proud of you. It's like I have friends who drink coconut water, and never mind. It's the same kind of thing to me. It's like has the little with the pulp in it. Moving on. Good job. Did you have any bonus actions or movement you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. What? Coconut water has pulp.
You don't.
It was something from the international market because my friend was from India, and he's like, "You should try this," and I went,
There's probably.
"Yeah." So yeah, it was like he liked it that way. You know, it's like some people like orange juice with pulp in it, and I don't either. The texture's just wrong, but this texture was way off. Like I can handle orange juice pulp. We are so off track. We're gonna get.
End of the day.
It is the end of the first half of the semester, so okay.
Probably where.
With that. You're all done. That means the next group up are the other two guards.
Hit me.
And you have disadvantage, right? Or they have advantage
They have
because
advantage
of your
against me.
stuff and things.
Yeah. Hit me.
Alright. Saga is gonna go. No, that's not it. Does that should be a 15 hit?
Sure does.
Okay. And they had short swords.
What kind of damage is that?
This is piercing damage or swords
Both
could
of
be
those I
slashing.
have. Both of
Piercing or
them.
slashing.
I have pulses both of those.
Well, fine.
Yeah.
You take 7 divided in half. You take 3 points of damage.
Oh.
How many hit points are you at?
Right now I have 33.
Oh.
I couldn't tell if you were serious or sarcastic, and now I know. almost more hit points than them added together. No, not. But that guy's dead, so let me make sure to mark them off. Okay. With that, that's one. The other two are gonna.
Hit me.
One's dead.
Hit me.
One hit. That one has.
Team moving up. 14, yeah, that's
Hit me.
it.
Go for
You
it.
can roll
Do it.
your advantage.
Yeah, they're gonna run up.
Yeah. Go for it.
Run up, swing in, short sword. That is a 16 plus, so that hits with the short sword. And this one's actually going to pull out a dagger to do an offhand attack. But their first attack, you take 8 divided in half is 4. The offhand attack for the dagger is
back at you, and it's like
14 plus. It's just 1, I think. So 15 hits. Okay, and the dagger's d4. So 5 damage. Divided in half is 2. Nickel and diamond here, as they.
I don't
they-
think our damage was
Yeah,
see,
I got like one shot.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're doing so little.
I think that's because Sarge was the big one.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think she had a morning star or something. I'm trying to remember. So I think that was part of
Yeah,
it.
it did.
Yeah, I think
Like,
started
yeah.
multi-attacks. Okay.
Yeah, so Sarge was the command. She was in charge for a reason. She also may or may not have been my wife's first or second character with us. So, but she decided she didn't want to play it. So it was good. Anyway, it didn't work.
Buddy.
Kind of killed her a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah.
My condolences. To your
Whether I consider it a multiverse thing. Okay, so the short sword comes across, manages to get up under some of your armor, and then the dagger scoops up underneath as well, with a bit of a twist there. But your rage prevents you from really feeling most of that, a good amount of that damage. And so we're back to the top. And Zach?
This is it.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yes.
Bucks.
Let's go!
Talking
You have been
about.
stabilized at 0 hit points. Alright. So we have 2 unconscious but not bleeding out people. Their bodies' coagulation systems have been affected.
Great.
It's like that's not it. It is. Alright. So Max. Gus is up.
16.
Does that give you 2?
2 successes.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Elle,
5 in a row.
no, you're stable.
I'm
You're
stable.
just unconscious. So, what would you be dreaming about if after all of this? Like, what do you think is in your character's mind?
Wondering what's gonna happen, what it's gonna feel like to be consumed by Mother Tiamat, imagining. Yeah,
Okay.
Good thoughts.
yeah, of course.
So you imagine yourself walking up to her lair,
Yeah, just,
her large prison down in one of those layers of hell or whatever.
yeah, wherever.
5 successes in
It's
a row.
hot here, and you are actually sweating from the wounds and everything, and the beginning, and that sort of stuff. But in your dream, it also makes sense.
Yes.
So then we have our other guard here, who's a little more powerful.
Uh-oh.
Seeing one of his comrades fall, he's actually going to run back 20 feet now. And going to do an Eldritch Blasty thing.
Oh, that's not good.
That's actually unideal.
And that's, is it any attack towards you?
What?
So it's distance or melee? It's any attack or just melee attacks get advantage
All of you except you.
Believe it's
when you're raging like this.
No.
Okay, and I think at this level it's just one beam.
against you.
Yes, you don't get a second
Level
so
next to you is completely man spreading.
Yeah, go ahead.
Does a 12 plus 6 hit? Yes. Okay. D10 plus 4 force damage.
1
They
o'clock.
brought you up north to the
Does he have agonizing glass?
driving through the city streets. You notice that there's like
Yes.
Damn.
Figured I'd ask. But
So, actually, we'll do this just to spin the story around. What does it look like, since you know this Eldritch Blasty stuff better than I do, what does it look to your character as this Eldritch Blast hits for the 6 plus 4, so 10 damage force?
Kalis was very involved in the bloodier part of the fight. That's the part that they enjoy more. So they weren't paying attention really when one of them decided to walk away. Like they're just like, "I'll get them later. Don't worry about it." But ragey. And then out of the corner of their eye, they see the light of the Eldritch Blast forming, and they get to look up just in time to see the beam streak towards them and crack some of the. I don't know.
And this one's going to be a green beam because you're supporting green, because they're on greenest side.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Cool. A verdant color.
That's really cool.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
They're all prisoner.
No.
That's the question.
We'll get into the
That might be a good
They are
strategy.
city guards.
We'll get into the castle.
Because
So maybe Kalis should go down.
Kalis would never think that.
You guys are kind of thinking individually while unconscious.
Yeah. When we wake up, we can just knock
the
things out.
casters all go, wait a minute, this might be actually to our advantage.
So that's all that has there. What? This person has Starlight Step. That's cool, but I'm not going to. That's different. Astral Elf. That's why. Interesting. Okay.
Oh yeah.
And then so Jackie's next.
Yeah, okay, so it's a 20 to hit the one that's on the purple.
And with what kind of weapon again?
Great axe.
Okay. As you swing this two-handed, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that definitely hits. So as you swing this massive axe toward that one.
10, 14.
It's a business multi.
That's enough.
Oh, okay. You don't want me to add all of it up?
Sure. I'm just telling you you're there.
If that's enough, I'm not going to do it.
You know what? We want to reinforce that possible partnership with You knew where I was going. That's so wonderful. She did it, though, right? That's nice.
You might figure out, what
I think 18.
Okay. So, what does it look like as you finish yet another one of these off?
Wait, that's not right. It's not 18. It's more than 18.
Call it
I'm
20.
bad at math. Okay, yeah. So somewhere between 14 and 20 damage, brackets included.
Enough. So it's
Yeah.
enough.
Actually,
There's
it's
enough.
bracket parenthesis 14, 20. Anyway.
Thank you for playing into this. So, what does it look like as your axe comes down?
Again, like before,
Yeah, you've seen one of them.
Kalis
come to one of your-
bisects another.
It's like this is your go-to rage move. It's
Oh,
like
yeah,
in
absolutely.
half, in half, in half.
Yeah, no. Like, if it's the bloodier, the better.
Okay.
As much entrails as they can get on the battlefield.
And
Okay. Roll a d4.
What?
I like that.
Is it for how many entrails? 4 entrails, maybe?
How many feet of entrails you pull out of their body on the slope? 4 feet of bowel in a tube.
Gross.
I know. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
Kalis loves it.
Yeah, I figured to add some flavor. That's the wrong word here.
Flavor?
It's like, I'm thinking like, isn't there like a pig intestine food, or is it just soft?
I mean, there's definitely, yeah, they use intestines.
Why would I do this? Anyway,
I mean, Gus.
that's Jack's turn, right? Or do you get to turn?
No, I'm not until level 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so that one, the purple one, the dark purple
Yeah,
one.
both of them's.
I could take another round.
I mean, if you're doing all the work, we might as well just stay unconscious,
I mean, I could use my
Hell.
action to help someone up.
Seeing 2 of the comrades down, will you roll for the last guard? We're gonna do a wisdom saving throw. If it's higher than 12, they stay. If
What?
it's-
Can I try and grab them to keep them from leaving?
You get a reaction.
You will get a reaction. Let's
Yeah,
see how it
I
goes
Just
first.
wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
12.
All right. So that's
Okay,
high
yeah,
enough that they don't run. Yeah. So they had a moment of panic, and then they turned that into rage and and will to take you out.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. With advantage, right? Still?
Yeah. Oh,
I didn't know if it was every turn. I was trying to remember.
yeah.
14 plus some stuff hits. Okay. And they have, this is the short sword dagger one. So oh, that's not the right dice. Short sword's a d6. So 6 damage total, halved is 3. And then the dagger comes out on the other side, like a prison shiv. But that's a 2 and a 3. They go to step towards you, and that 4-foot line of intestinal tube gets underfoot and causes them to slip, and the dagger misses with their offhand. Because why not?
Maybe
For
for the sake of this
magic though.
Yeah. Until I get nat 20, then I wake up. And they'll probably go down again. But
Who can say?
yeah.
You've got some distance there. But that is the guard.
You have to get up.
Because the rest of the guards are basically just one shot, like no death saves on this one. Yeah, because they're not the toughies. With that though, so that brings us back to Zach. So you were stabilized, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but
I mean,
unconscious.
yeah.
So what would this is the Mer character, right? So what would this character be dreaming about after such an event?
Probably dream about the ocean and the wonderful creatures that I've seen down there that remind me of stuff that's on the land. Like, oh wow, the things that I have seen so far, like the land whale, an actual whale, the seaweed thing. We were looking at the lions, actual seaweed.
It's like there's this
waves,
and you can imagine the feeling of like the seaweed when it felt moist and wet under the water, and you almost get a sense of that physical thing as your hand lies in. There's a leaf underneath it, and pooling blood from you and Gus, and so yeah, it's this strange correlation. Yeah. Okay. L, as you approach. In your mind, as you're unconscious, as you approach Tiamat's lair, and you're sweating in this lair of hell, and she's in her prison. What would be what would be going? What happens?
So well, they're kind of like not fully sold on this whole Tiamat thing yet. But they did kind of like. They just like figured they could go for it, sign the contract, and like would check it out. So they're
That's how contracts work. You get to try them first after you sign.
30-day free trial.
Yeah, they're a little like nervous, but like definitely curious about like Tiamat definitely like intrigued them, and they wanted to like that's kind of why they signed the contract is to like figure out what the hype was about, like why. All of this.
The best reason to get
Yeah.
consumed by evil dragon.
You know what? Roll a percentile die for me.
Okay, it's this one.
It's the 2 sets of them, the 2 tens. Yeah,
Oh,
that one and the ones version. Yeah.
Is this
86.
Okay, so you instead of getting, if you had rolled low, you would have gotten like the propaganda version of a dream, which would have been from the cult and like how they see Tiamat. With that high of a roll, what you get is it's almost like you get to see what real Tiamat looks like. So there's this strange connection as you're in this limbo between unconsciousness and death and not death, and you hear the roar of Mother Tiamat from all 5 dragon heads, and as you look forward, it's coming from behind what is clearly a magically shielded barrier of a very large prison. It's like a 100-foot tall cave, and with strong bars, and every now and then you'll see her bash her wings against these bars, and electrical arcane energy sparks and causes one of the heads to roar, 3 of the heads to roar. She does it a couple times. But that's you as you're kind of approaching this thing that is clearly her where she really is.
Intimidation check.
Okay. Eric, not Eric.
You skipped over me.
Yeah.
I did?
Yeah.
What? I did. I totally did.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
Worst
I'm
DM ever.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Your last death save.
That's a failure.
So not last.
Not last.
Couldn't go 6 in a row.
But that is our first failed death save out of 6, right?
Pretty.
That's not
pretty
bad.
impressive.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Alright, cool. So Gus is fading in and out of consciousness and like coughs up a little blood. That yeah. Yep. Okay. This so
That's 15.
We're about to get
So
blasted.
yeah, I was gonna say, so with that, we're gonna keep going Eldritch Blasting on this. Oh,
You basically, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see those spells.
Oh,
Hex.
You don't have to cast X.
He put his hands on me.
I know, but you know, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Don't you
I
want
mean, are you going to be making me do saving throws? Are you going to live long
to?
enough to
Isn't
make
there
me?
added damage?
Are you going to live long enough to have me make a saving throw?
I feel like you're not. You're,
forward.
you want to jump in? Decide.
What am I doing?
Fine. Like pick one of these chairs. Here, let me go in. Or you can go jump in with David. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Oh, you can play this guy and choose not to hex her.
That's
You
true.
could choose not to.
Minus the part where she chooses not to hex you, because I've already said that. It's canon.
That's not how that works.
So
It takes these back to this game.
yeah, why wouldn't I deal an extra d6 of necrotic damage?
Yeah, you don't have to do that though.
I mean, writers take stuff
So,
back all the time.
You
That's
you
not canon.
look over you it's almost like that cleaving that happened that last one, like happened and you came back and locked eyes with this guard that's got some magical ability, and they're just staring you down as they snap their fingers and point at you, and you feel a negative energy pour over you, giving you disadvantage on. Oh, it's all ability checks. Yeah, that's right.
Take a pick.
I'm still saying
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's one.
Choose. I missed the fine print. Choose one ability. This is going to be.
So
We'll call it strength. So why? Yeah, disadvantage on strength. Just.
Interesting choice. You said it's an extra d6 of necrotic.
I've never used hex as a
You
person.
said it's an extra d6 of necrotic, right?
It is.
Yeah, I also have resistance to necrotic.
Sweet. Still better than nothing. So that happens, and then Eldritch Blast cues. The green light is a natural 20. So that is 2d10s for that.
You could have just that, right?
Does that also double hex? That doubles hex, doesn't it? Because it doubles dice, doubles damage
I
dice.
guess that's up to DM discretion.
Oh, you know what I think? I think that's great. How many hit points do you have right now?
I'm not telling you, that's meta knowledge.
I rolled two zeros for the 10s, so 20 damage, and I haven't even touched the necrotic. It's still. Oh no, it's not half because it's the Eldritch Blast.
That's
How many hit points did you have?
I have 21.
We saw you at
Yeah.
I have 2d4s. Even with okay,
You've been drinking.
I'm not. I'll say fine. I'm only gonna I'm gonna keep the one hex. I said d4, but it should be d6. But I'm just gonna take it because I rolled a 1, and that's 21.
Well, and you have agonizing blast, so actually I took like 20.
I thought that was the d10. Oh, I'm.
Agonizing blast adds your charisma modifier to the damage.
Oh, that's right. I didn't do the d4. So yes, you get toasty crittered a little bit by this, even without the hex, just because it was the disadvantage or the advantage and a natural 20. Hex or no hex. So with that,
Welcome to the death save game.
actually, Leala, your character is within range. Technically, go get your mini because your character's
still in there.
50 feet back,
Yeah,
and
your character's
you've now seen all of your party have gone down.
You could be the
Every
one.
single one has died.
I'm not dead. We're not dead.
You're right. I mean, every single one has gone unconscious and hit the ground with a thud, bleeding out, or toasty critter in some way, shape, or form. Actually, force damage would be almost like 11 in Stranger Things because of the her mental that comes from. Anyways, there's a plan there. Just we'll say for the sake of
I
ease,
should have been able
down
to
over
take
there.
another round.
And then Billy for real over there.
Cool. So with that, so actually your character is. I'm gonna take the sheet back.
Right.
So do you know where you have your character there? Your character sheet somewhere for this?
Yeah.
Okay, the Horde of the Dragon Queen one. Which one was that? Was it Silvera?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay, cool. So there's that.
I'm really upset. The muffin goes flying.
And this person has movement. They're gonna move over to Gus and yeah, so that slide them over to there. Yeah, and I forget your character's name now. Sylvester, that's right. Cool. And roll a d20 so I see how fast you're moving. Though I don't think it matters in this instance.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect right now.
That is perfect.
So they don't have anything else they can do. Jackie, your character's up, so that's a death save.
Oh!
Death save throw.
You got this.
Let's see if you can get a natural one.
9.
Ah. And
So we might be in the category of just
this is wonderful. I like how this is turning out.
Wait, you see if I get a natural?
See that? Yes. I'm sorry. I could have said 20, but it it didn't fit the rhythm of the original parody as well.
Yeah, you have to. You gotta stick to the.
The rhythm of the song.
you got a streak of 5 successes now.
With that,
Kind of concerning.
so
I think they should
the
die here. I think it would be funny. Okay.
the guard that was kind of second in command that had Eldritch Blast shouts at the other one, "Oh, quick, tie them up, tie them up." To the other guard, who will try and make a tie, a knot over there, pulls out some rope in their pack and tries to start tying up who's over there. So that would be, let's do, actually they would do you because, yeah. So they're going to do it's a 20 to get out of that because that's how good a knot they rolled. So they tie a knot, they tie your hands and feet fairly solidly.
That's okay. I might just die.
So Nora, from about, I think you were about 50 feet back, sees your party has all hit the ground and is in the process of being, it looks like, tied up by 2 of the guards who are left standing.
Okay. How badly do they look? Strategic about it.
Which ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guards or your part?
Melee range.
I was the other guy.
How was I supposed to breathe my fire?
I was just pretend to be their boss.
Okay.
I mean, I should have gone
make
with
a
like
perception
I've
check.
been underwear and I looked like I was like, he stole my stuff. But
That would work.
yeah, I think of this now, not when I actually did it.
Yeah.
So Nora tries to see the state of affairs of everyone in their life, but rolls a 6 on perception. The people on the ground look really dead, and the people standing look really alive.
Makes sense.
Oh,
I believe
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Get it?
I mean, you are covered in like blood and guts because like fell on top of it.
Oh no! So I
It's good for your skin.
So Nora, what do you want to do?
Magic
Or-
clock for
Stealth where do what?
I do. No.
You were already stealthing about 50 feet. Would you do anything to try and help your party, or are you just going to stay in the back?
Fallen Asmar get acne. Asmar don't.
That would make sense. Yeah.
I think I had the worst acne.
Actually, yeah, it's part of their look.
Did I hear you say fallen Azamar get acne?
Yeah,
Okay.
but regular one stone. Regular Asmar.
It's true. It's a distinction that has to be made. Some people.
I feel like that's drawing a spiritual parallel to a physical condition, and there's a
Yeah.
problem with that.
Yeah, the more you more acne.
That's true.
What's strong?
I'm gonna try shooting my bow and arrow with ensnaring strike at the guard closest to me.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Are you gonna parkour up the staircase?
I'm probably gonna need it.
Okay, cool.
I shall join them on the.
One moment, please. Wait.
We're only going
Cross
up this
off.
one, so I feel pretty confident that we'll make it. And that's just like.
Wait.
I know what you're gonna be there without them.
I'm protesting. I'm telling
You guys are-
This is gonna take a bit.
It should be okay. I'm pretty sure if you've got higher than a +4 on that bonus, I think it's 6 or 7 for that character. So yes, we'll say that hits. But we do need to know the damage and all that fun stuff. Anyway, so.
Why is Billy?
You know what?
Why wouldn't Billy be crying? I mean, if I were Billy, I would cry.
It'll.
You would cry too if you were Billy in a shoe. I couldn't come up with something better than that. That's terrible. Are you looking up your character on?
Yes.
Are we all agreed on the elevator?
Cool. So she's shooting an arrow and it's gonna fly through and strike. Hold on, I realized I didn't mark off the one you killed, which means
It's a 1920s elevator, and those aren't the most.
okay. So the one you're aiming at actually has the most hit
As
points.
like it opens up, and inside of it is a very tiny orc by the buttons, and he kind of like looks up to you all and he's like, "Hi there, I'm Billy Verbeek. Nice to meet you." I'm gonna
D&D Beyond.
Jesus.
So what's the damage for your for your arrow and your ensnaring strike?
No.
Um,
I'm telling you to hold it down.
I don't want to do that. Hold it down.
it's a 1d8.
So roll a d8 and then add your ensnaring strike damage.
I think I have
It's just
something
that like button.
where it's an extra d8 is already damaged.
Okay.
Look at me.
Let's get your basic damage first, and you can follow up. So do this.
Our grandpa.
Don't break eye contact.
That is a 6.
Plus what?
That's why the buttons are here.
2.
Okay, so a total of 8 damage, and then your ensnaring strike. Is that a
Stop
d6?
it.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
And they need to roll strength save to try and break these things.
okay. To keep everyone active, Max, will you roll a strength saving throw for the guard on ensnaring strike? What's the DC? They took 14 damage from her arrow strike.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
How can you keep your eyes open that long?
Video games are doing blank.
That can't be good.
3.
It's not.
A 3.
Yes, I roll my bad dice.
Good strategy. So, ensnared by said strike.
Bleed.
So it takes damage and they're grappled. Is that what it is, or
Unhealthy for
restrained?
you.
I don't bleed from my My eyes are dry. Just
They're
Just
ensnared
thinking about it, it's like hurting
as
me.
an ensnaring strike.
Okay, I'll look it up.
They're ensnared.
All right, with that, I got you.
Over to you. So
All right, so Zach,
Yeah.
you're still unconscious. What else would be going on in your mind, in your character's mind?
I couldn't.
Just thinking about it was upsetting me.
I can't go like 20 minutes plus without like.
That's gotta be bad for you. How really damage your vision?
Yeah,
Your
you have
weapons.
Raisins for eyes.
Huh?
You have like raisins.
Yeah,
for eyes.
from it, and like
Oh.
on the walls of this room.
So,
Or your eyes not like beat.
posters of just like a him.
Well, I don't know. It's been a while since I played video games, so.
Okay.
so Zach, is there anything special that your character would continue to dream about while unconscious here?
Probably thinking about like my tribe and my family and stuff like that.
Okay, just images of these familiar faces.
Yeah, probably a specific one. His name is Sebastian.
Okay.
Uh,
I like it.
Like your twin brother.
Yeah, he is.
The third floor
He-
you go up on. It's
We're like I'm like slightly older,
It's like your peak.
by like like a
For
couple
some
seconds.
reason,
Right.
like,
But that's why like I'm the
taller
first
than the
one.
other door.
You know, have
And,
the
like, when you look
so
through
it-
the door,
Need air there.
Do you think about how Sebastian would feel about the situation you've gotten yourself in?
well, it was kind of like nobody else knew it was like above the surface.
Mm.
So then it was kind of told, well, someone's got to do it, and then I was the one that was selected. So I'm just kind of up here now, and eventually I'll have to go back down there and like report back. But I don't know if my contract's gonna allow that. So there's a chance that he might show up and be like, "Hey, yo, where's Sylvester at?"
If Sylvester dies, we introduce Sebastian.
That was the
I like
plan.
that.
That was
amazing. Okay, Max, it's your turn.
He was the backup.
Hopefully, last death save.
I can't.
Natural 20.
That's a nat one.
You only have one fail, didn't you? Until then.
I'm dead.
Okay.
Alright.
All right. Death is not the end in D&D though, so we'll see what happens.
Perhaps
L-
will show up in your.
Elle, what would your continued engagement in this hot realm where you see Tiamat struggling against her prison? This, I think it's an 80-foot dragon or 70-foot dragon in a 100-foot large cave thing.
Yeah.
I think that sounds right.
You don't know.
Tiamat's a lot bigger than that.
Yeah, Tiamat's like
Tiamat's like hundreds of feet.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, you're probably.
gargantuan.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up for me?
Game like the mini is like.
All right. So that's true. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's triple all of the dimensions. That should be about.
Okay.
It says over 14 inches tall and a wingspan of 28 inches.
Wait, hold on. So 14 inches tall.
Yeah,
Means,
that's the miniature.
yeah, and that's supposed to be to scale. So 70 feet,
Is that something?
right?
If each inch is 5 foot, yeah.
Yeah. Not far off. Never mind. We're back to our original sizes.
Like the
100 foot. Spread out the wings, and that's like you can see.
Oh wait,
that-
no, that's not the miniature. That's the display toy.
Suffice to say, L,
Yeah.
Big.
Big. Okay. Yeah.
larger than life,
I'm just gonna.
deific, almost.
Yeah, I would say.
I guess it's up to you. There's no official. I mean, she's like the god of everything.
I would say they just keep like observing Tiamat and just like kind of looking at the surrounding area, just keeping an eye on things.
You get to a place where you're no longer sweating because you feel dehydrated. As that goes on, that's yours. The guards will continue to try and tie you each up on their turn. Here, Yeah. Actually, no, because one's ensnared, so then the other guard's going to be looking. So Nora would have had to reveal herself to do that. And they should have a short bow.
Would that have counted as sneak attack then? So that would have been like double.
It would, except that you're not a rogue. So rogues have sneak attack. You would have gotten advantage on the roll. I guess because you were from hiding, but I think. But
Gotta do.
so
do.
suffice to say, when you did that, you revealed yourself because you're not a rogue. Or make sure you don't get sneak attack in a traditional sense. A short bow is going to be shot at you.
I mean,
Ineffectively.
Definitely temporary.
So the guard that was shooting Eldritch Blasts looks around and is trying to, it takes a moment, pulls out a more mundane weapon
You had 19 other things you could have rolled.
to launch a short bow at Nora while you all are just a pile of dead bodies or dead / unconscious.
I'm in the process of dying, thank you.
Yeah.
To a short bow.
I think it's 80 is the short range. Either way, it failed. Arrow shoots a little wide. He came up too fast. So Jack
Yeah, it's
is
80.
up next. Death save throw.
8320.
14.
One success.
It's anyone's game.
Not good.
Right. It's the start of the guard who is ensnared's turn. So roll a d6 for damage against them. Ensnaring strike 2. So they take 2, and they get to do another strength check. Is that right?
Yeah, 1 per turn.
Okay. And what's your DC?
12.
Okay, so they do manage to. Wait, are you sure?
Yes, 12.
Okay, they do manage to. So they take that damage, but they manage to break out of the magical energy caused by the grasping vines and shake it off. Shake it off.
No.
And we're back to Zach, continuing to dream about his brother.
Right.
Or Max, anything you? Okay, hold on. Actually, so you're dead.
I hate that dead.
Make a percentile die roll.
Another Tiamat.
I'm assuming you would want to be. I'm assuming Gus would have been. He was the true believer style, right?
Huh?
He was true believer style. Like he's like.
Oh yeah,
team.
yeah. He's gonna be consumed and reborn as a dragon. That's
Yeah.
what Gus thinks.
Boy, you're a constant.
Is it-
20.
Okay. So, just barely. Okay.
You didn't ask what.
Elle, as your character stands there in the distance,
You know it's a sheep.
you see what looks almost like the sparkles of a small falling star, and
Big Pokemon trait.
the ground is made up of volcanic ash and dust that poofs up. And you see in the distance, about 60 feet in front of you, right at the edge of Tiamat's prison, you see a small kobold with a crown.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is it of trash?
Made out of trash.
Made out of trash,
Mustache.
Natural.
with a familiar patterning to
I
his
see.
skills.
How far away?
About 60 feet in front of you, and then Tiamat's area is like stretched wide.
Okay. Could I head towards him? Like, walk in that general direction?
Okay.
I'm just gonna like call out his
Look around.
Where?
No, I haven't done the guest voice in a while. How does he talk?
He talks like this.
There it is. Yes. It's the teeth.
Yes.
Grabs you by the.
Who says that?
Me, remember we were like fighting those guards
Oh,
together?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and then-
Everything of
Great question. I don't know.
And Gus, you're facing her. Behind him is
Cool. You know, I don't know. I like got hit, went down. Here I am. So maybe we're dead. Maybe we're dreaming. I don't know.
And like.
Right? Yeah, of course. Even though her ultimate is to kill you. Yeah, that's, yeah.
And it's after you say that, a scream from 5 different heads and the raging Tiamat as she bashes a wing against and causes arcane sparks to fly in all 5 of her colors against this metal and arcane barrier, like 5 feet behind you.
That seems bad.
Yeah. He's right behind me, isn't he? No.
Strangely out of
I'm gonna turn around. Do I see like Tiamat?
yeah.
Oh,
She's the,
great mother! I'm just gonna start like bowing over and over again.
Don't you think maybe we should try to get back to like?
We should scream Mother Tiamat while we're here.
Okay.
No.
She will consume us. And
I
you
think
will be reborn.
no. We have to finish our mission first, though. You know, we have to get all that con.
I mean, Mother Tiamat don't have to do the ritual.
This is true.
Yes.
How do you propose we break the team on out?
I'm gonna try punching the bear. Just
okay. And so okay, I think this is the right dimensions to be clear. According to this, Tiamat has the second longest body length of any. Hold on. No. Just kidding. Just
you can
kidding.
choose whatever she is.
5 feet by 5 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet by 5 feet. She's like a little.
Yeah, so I think the Wiz Kids miniatures have the 14 and 28. So I think I'm going to go with my original.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's about 70 feet in a 100-foot cave with a whole wall of stuff. So, okay. Sorry, what did you say?
Just start punching. Just start punching the barrier.
Make an attack roll.
Our weak little kobold
Be
hands.
prepared to feel the pain of the bars.
-2 attack.
You got it.
That's an 8. I'm weakly.
Okay.
Yes, punch with me. We will break Mother Tiamat. I think it's working.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh.
For a sandwich and.
I got 17. I can count.
Okay. That's
The token, we have to buy something.
okay. Roll a d10.
Let's go to double die.
I don't know how this will work, so I'm not sure.
That 9? What if I die?
Gus Fly gets launched back 90 feet.
Oh my god.
And is temporarily stunned.
Oh.
So you see him like punch, and the third punch hits, and
Like,
the thing it's like the Black Panther suit, releasing it.
I see. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure good if you knocked out the team, man.
With that, we're gonna. Okay, so Zach, Max, L. So this guy's gonna go running toward where he saw Nora. Yes. So just 30 feet. That's good. And having used his short bow to try and pinpoint where she was, but missing, goes back to the Eldritch Blast. So Nora, a green burst of energy fires at you and strikes a bush that you were hiding next to, and catches it on fire. He rolled a
With Eldritch
3.
Blast?
Yep. Cool. It gets more and more powerful. So, anyways, well, I guess we'll leave it at that. It's fine. You're right, because it's called Eldritch Blast, but it's a force damage. So really, blow all the leaves and a few branches off.
With enough force, you can start a fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had this weird idea the other day of like, what if someone put like Flintstone on their shoes so that if they wanted, they could like go apart. It was a random thought the other day. There's really no reason to share it here, so we'll move on.
I do like this idea.
There was something there for me.
It's like a really bad like DIY
I
project.
feel like it's
Yeah, it's like
Like I think the heels on like my dress shoes clicked together and they're like wood or leather, and so they went. And I went, and it made me go, wouldn't that be cool if they like sparked?
It's like walking the forest and you're leaving a trail of sparks behind you. Slowly lighting the forest on fire.
I'm imagining one has this like, you have to like crick it to.
Yeah. So it was it was half woodsman, half Dorothy moment. Anyway,
Woodsman is a stretch.
it's your turn. Yeah, make your death save.
11. Let's
Successes. Racking them
I'm
up.
slightly more alive than dead.
Okay.
Slightly more alive than good.
The other guard is going to turn with a short bow and fire at Nora.
Have I
Oh, you're right. No, just kidding. Actually, you guys had the same initiative. Yours actually was higher. So yes, you get to go first. Sorry, thank you. I didn't have you written on my thing. I need to add you in here because yours was slightly higher.
question, do rangers get 2 attacks at level 4?
Do rangers get 2 attacks?
I feel like they do. And I haven't been applying it.
Okay, well blink. That's not the problem. It's the problem is you're not blinking while looking at me.
Stop it! They're freaking me out. To quote the Ratatouille movie. Sorry.
I haven't seen Ratatouille, so
I was there. I was like, that was like a deep pull.
yeah.
So I have been told that I have some of the most obscure pop culture references from time to time because my brain just registers, especially cartoons.
Yeah, well,
Apparently.
what is that from?
It's when it's the lady, it's Colette when he's like doing the
French accent.
well, you know
Yeah,
what?
that's
It's
what
been
it's
a while since I've done a French accent and it was on the fly. Thank you. Can you say in a female French accent, "Stop that! You're freaking me out."
Stop that! You need to stop it. It's freaking me out.
Perfect. Thank you. Pretty close. Pretty close.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow with Hail of Thorns.
Okay, doing Hail of Thorns is a bonus action. Fire the arrow. Go for it.
Okay, so.
No, just barely rolled. That does hit. Yeah. Barely rolled. Zach, I think you're making Max uncomfortable with the way that you're looking at him.
No idea.
Blink a healthy amount.
And yeah.
Okay. So,
And the Hail of Thorns gets a d6 too of damage, right?
no, that's for ensnaring strike.
I was gonna start doing this.
It does d10 damage and causes difficult terrain.
And is it one of those areas?
5 feet. So
Okay,
they
you're
would be
firing
fine.
at who?
The teacher.
So one the great one. So it wouldn't hit them.
I mean, the entire class was working
It
on the
wouldn't hit
project,
them.
so it's just gonna be.
Maybe.
It's like right next to them, but doesn't really hit the map.
A creature within 5 feet?
Yeah, see,
And you're
it's fine.
shooting at this one? Sorry. Or
Yeah.
the gray
There's
one?
the gray, yeah.
Okay.
I just
Good thinking, because if it had been the other one, perhaps there would have been an auto death fail there.
I know.
Okay, so yeah, that works. And so is that an additional? So it's D10 and then your D8. Is that right?
Yes, so it's 6 plus 5, 11 damage.
Okay, so that guy takes 11 damage.
And 5 feet around them is
That's
difficult
probably the
terrain.
worst. Like when I play Monster Hunter, when I'm in there, I'm trying to. Yeah, like I'm trying to get the monster. I do not win the
No,
entire time.
okay, no. My
Say that
friend,
last
he's
one.
really into Monster Hunter.
Oh, difficult
I
terrain.
swear to God, he doesn't like either.
Okay.
You're trying to track that in the entire time. You're like, gotta hit, gotta get, gotta get.
None of you are alive to see this, but Nora's arrow streaks across the distance towards the pile of bodies, splitting into 5 magic, not just 5, into a dozen magical arrows as she casts Hail of Thorns, and her strike is true, doing 11 damage to this guy, and it leaving him severely wounded from the variety of strikes, like he got hit by a bunch of firecrackers. So there's that. And then the other guard gets to go and will shoot a short bow at Nora.
Wait,
Did you? That was
strength check?
for Hail of Thorns?
No, for ensnaring strike. Or did you do that already?
Oh, dexterity saving throw. Okay, well, we'll take that d20 I just rolled, because that was a fail. So it's only if they fail. So I still took all that damage. Good, fine,
So
cool.
do they get d6 damage?
Is it,
For ensnaring
it was the
strike.
d10.
For ensnaring strike.
You didn't do both. It's either or, because both of them are concentration. So when you switch to Hail of Thorns, and Snaring Strike was. Yeah. Okay. Still, that was another 6. So the short bow you whooshes past your ear, and you don't get distracted. You're better than. I'm not going to make that reference. Never mind. It was going to be a 90s reference. So we're going to move on. Moving
I
forward.
like how you've definitely made references like for the from like the 60s and 70s.
Well, because those are.
And then your like 90s reference, you know, the one that
Because a
these people
60s or
like-
70s reference is like, that's old for all of us, not just me. And to make a 90s reference is like referencing my childhood. So I was going to make a Kevin Costner Robin Hood reference.
Yeah, that's a reference that we would have understood.
Look, okay, I didn't say I was good at this.
That's why I was like, are you okay?
I'm sorry. So unlike, she's the only one I think who hasn't. But unlike Kevin Costner in his moment, like she does not get distracted by this arrow slicing past her ear, but doing no damage as it whooshes and blows some of your dragon scales a little bit. That's not how that works.
However,
Zach,
Yeah.
would anything new be happening in your dreamscape?
Might be trying to think about like what a Tiamat would be. I've been told many things about being eaten by this great.
Would your
Tiamat.
focus kind of shift toward Tiamat now? That
Yeah.
you've kind of gotten the family flashing
Yeah.
thoughts.
I'm trying to figure out like what this thing is.
Roll a D100 percentile die.
There was like an incident a few months
Uh,
ago. I would say dream sequence, but I'm dead.
Yeah, you're dead. And I'm like dreaming, so I
Hey,
don't
look.
know.
We're having some fun with this. Yeah, I mean, this is one way. I'm just modeling how to keep all players engaged when they're dead.
That's
Or-
a 7. Oh wait, that's a 7.
A 7. Out of total.
Yeah.
Which one?
You know, I would already roll the other ones. I think these are both 10s.
They are, but it's okay. We'll take a 7. With that, you are drawn to roll one more percentile die.
I'll go the green ones. Yeah.
So this is so you're drawn to a vision, a dream of Tiamat. If it's low, like with L, it's going to be the thing you've heard from the Colts. If it's high, it will be the Rip.
46.
Okay, so you get so you enter into you end up being put on a mountaintop, and you can see land cows. What do we call them? Land shark? What do we
Land
call
whales?
them? Land whales? You see multiple.
I just remember like whales are big, dragons are big, so it probably was a land.
Was it land whale? I think that's what we call it. So you see multiple land whales, and then in the landing on a mountaintop near you is the largest land whale you think exists, and she has 5 heads of all colors,
Wow.
and her wingspan stretches out very wide.
Wow.
And as she blasts, and then she roars from all 5 heads, and then a blast of different types of energy, cold, fire, etc.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember the others. What is it?
Ice, lightning, fire, acid,
I want to say acid.
necrotic.
So in these blasts go in all directions out into the sky. It seemed to travel an impossible distance.
I don't think there's necrotic. I think there's poison.
He said acid.
Yeah.
You said
acid or
you said necrotic. That's true.
Yeah,
Damn it.
Because black has acid. I'm pretty sure green is poison.
How's the other one?
Black is acid. Let me see.
Yeah, green is
White is cold. Black is acid. Green is corrosive gas. So like barf and belch. Lightning and fire. Yeah. Point for the dog. Oh yeah. It's okay. Cool. That's what you see. Max, you've been blown back 90 feet. And it's very much Jurassic Park. Kid on the ground. And that actually isn't a bad way to imagine this fence, but with arcane instead of electric energy, and like 5-6 times as high.
Any velociraptors around? Or?
Let's hope not. But that's a good question. If any of them decide to do a perception check eventually. So, Gus. No, wait, that's the wrong character. That's Cinderella.
That's sit back up.
Wait, so
And
bathrooms on there.
I think he's gonna immediately start running back to try and go punch it again.
He would.
Okay.
And he's like,
It's 90 feet, so dashing, you can't make it.
yeah, as he's like running back, he's like screaming, praying to Mother Tiamat, begging for her strength.
Okay, L, you would have seen him
Yeah.
and like lay there for a few seconds, like where it felt like it was like 30 seconds to you guys.
Okay.
In this round. What would you be doing? And then at one point he did like rush, like run, start charging back towards you. What would you do?
Since he got up and he's like, okay, pro drive over here. I want to like look around. Like, can I make a perception check?
Or supposedly.
Yeah.
16.
Contact your local
Okay.
union today.
One second.
Yeah.
The union state were allowed
Just because it would be
Like,
interesting.
kind of a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better be a dinosaur.
But is it like a life-size velociraptor or a Jurassic Park size velociraptor?
Ooh.
Yeah. In real life, they're like really.
Are they?
Yeah. They're like more. They're smaller than they are Jurassic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they're like 6 or 7 feet.
They're always flying around, so I'm like, oh, that's probably a chicken.
So wait, how much are they?
They're fairly small. Yeah.
And then they take your hand off. Aww.
So they can't actually open doors. So you're safe if you get inside a
I
room.
mean, we don't know that. My cat can open a door.
Yeah, what kind of like dog extends
They can stack. They just need
Here's the kobold and
Yeah, like how like my cat will like jump to like open doors. Imagine.
Oh yeah, they could. I guess.
Open
Yeah. They could.
doors.
So yeah.
Or I like the idea of like 5 velociraptors stacked on top of each
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes
That's more realistic.
Of course.
Okay. So as you look around with a 16,
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's there.
okay, as you look around, you see a blasted hellscape in the most literal sense, filled with rivers of lava, barren hills, and low rocky mountains as far as the eye can see.
Yeah,
One thing that's interesting about it is as you look off in the distance, you see on top of another hill, on one of these barren hills, you do see a temple that, even from this distance, appears to be dedicated to Tiamat. And you can see a similar creature to the one in front of you lounging in the front.
Yeah, with this.
And that's probably it's a good distance away, maybe like quarter mile away from where you're at.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for Gus to get back over to here. I'm just gonna stand and watch him run.
You keep doing it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Let's see if this Eldritch Blast will work this time on Nora. And no, this is the worst.
I got really fucked by those.
I know. It's like Nora's like. It's just this is really kind of interesting how this is turning out.
What advantage against you on those as well?
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But still, every roll, even without advantage, I think was on target here. And now just not doing it. So Jack, his turn. It's your turn. That's.
It's anybody's game.
Are you 2 and 2 now?
Yeah.
2 fails, 2 successes on the deck.
Hold on.
I have 2 dead
How-
people
It's
here.
anybody's game.
This is by far. I have never had a game with this many this close.
This has been the most thrilling game for me. I've been unconscious for 4 rounds.
But you also sliced 2 people in half, so you
There
had it
were
was like
rounds,
highs and lows. There were 4 feet of entrance
There were
dragged
4
across
feet
the
of
ground as she sliced the guard in half.
Yes. Something
Yeah,
like
from
that.
Sarge's squad. Okay.
My plan was to keep one of them alive, not the spellcaster.
And look how that ended.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Yeah, what if I
Nora.
killed the spellcaster because I knew that was the one that was gonna fuck me up.
I can resist the other ones. That one.
Yeah, no, the other ones I'm like that's
Yeah, you're good.
baby.
And I do have a reason why the Eldritch Blast didn't come out in the previous interaction. Just so you know. Because he wasn't casting spells before.
Yeah, I was hoping you were gonna stick to that. That
Yeah.
was clearly how he intended the character to be. So
And maybe this power of his was something he kept hidden from Sarge and his squad.
I was going to wait for Sarge to die.
Hey.
Maybe
That's
it was
real.
like
I expect that.
Yeah,
I
maybe
hit this
kind of
power,
like that.
so until I had my own.
Roll your thing. Do it. You're making. I'm assuming you're making an attack.
I'm gonna do ensnaring strike on the purple.
Okay, and you still have do it in the box. And you have. She doesn't trust your box.
I don't.
Then roll. Okay. And then, do you have enough spell slots for that? That's not going to hit either way.
Plus 4?
11 is not enough. Okay. Check your spell slots. If you only have 2, you're out.
I have 3.
Well, then you have 1 left. Perfect. All right, cool. With that, we go. Then the guard with the short bow gets a chance at Nora. 4. Okay. Another short bow arrow. Like Nora's just standing there, and like these Eldritch blasts are flying past her head, and arrows flying past her head. Like nothing is shaking Nora as she stands at a distance, launching magical arrow after magical arrow at these creatures. And we're back to Zach. Zach, so how do you respond to this majestic creature on a similar mountaintop? And you're on your own top peak of a mountain, and she's higher up there, blasting away.
Hello, this is Mr. Whatever you are, Man of Tia.
And not in the good way. You're not gonna get anymore.
In this vision,
Still
in this dream of yours, all the heads tilt down and focus in, pinpoint on you.
I do not know who or what you are. As far as I'm aware, you are a land whale. I am searching for some kind of information. I was told to sign some kind of paper. I'm told it was a binding contract. I don't know what that means. I am here now. Please talk to me, I guess. I don't know what to do. I think I'm dead since I'm here. I saw my family.
Alright. She will launch from the mountain with large beats of her wings stretching 150 feet wide. About. and will fly towards you. And then
You're so big.
Max and L.
Yes.
So you two are there. So Max would be first.
I'm running to the thing.
Talking is a free action if you want to say anything.
No, I'm just gonna like silently like stare at him as he runs.
See what happens.
Oh, I have a good way to do this.
Stop.
It's effective every time.
Gus is driven to purpose. He doesn't see your staring. Unlike Max, who apparently is easily
I don't like
Bravo.
who you perceive. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running, and I'm gonna go punch the mirror.
make an attack roll and a dexterity saving throw. Combo platform.
That's a 10 for my attack,
A 10 total. Okay.
and then that's a 6 for my dex save.
With a 6. Roll a d20 this time.
Oh my god.
1.
It's not bad.
All right. You get blasted back 10 feet. But it is. So, L, what you see is he goes to punch and does a better job, I think, this time than last time. Because I think you rolled an 8 last time. But instead of being kind of blown back and up and launched, he's kind of pushed into the ground in the dust and the lava rock. And it leads to, like, where his ankles drag and his tail drags, leaves these grooves as he. Right, and kind of does that bang, like, smack against the ground. It kind of rolls back and hits.
Nice.
He didn't
I can
get
crack my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the bigger concern is how come damage doesn't matter.
Um,
No. You know you're dead, so it's okay.
You giant-
You don't know, but you do. Alright. L, if you watch him, anything you would
Yeah.
do? No?
I'm gonna like point over to like the mountains where the temple is. I think we should head over there because that seems suspicious and we should check it out.
I'm gonna.
And I think you should definitely stop trying to punch the barrier.
It's pretty mother team.
It's not working.
It will. If you punch with me,
I
we
think-
at the same time.
I think that the temple might hold the key
I like
to
that.
break the
Oh,
enchantments.
yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yes. We shall journey over.
Yes, we should do that.
Yes. Forward.
Yeah.
Cool. Eldritch Blast toward Nora. All that is that. Oh, natural 20, Nora.
Finally. I mean, sorry.
I didn't say that.
You know what?
Anyway.
Let's let Zach and Jackie roll 2 d10 each, a
Okay.
d10 each.
A
I
D10.
don't want to be responsible
Yeah.
for that.
Make me a persuasion. Well, 16.
9.
Okay, you take 17 damage, Nora.
My bad.
Well, okay,
As-
actually, it's probably more than that because there's the.
Oh, just kidding.
Don't say that.
You take 21. She just wants to feel like it was
It's part. We need to do the right math for the math club.
Yeah, the math club.
We need to do the proper numbers.
Should be annexed to the math club.
Yeah, we have whiteboards here.
Oh, yeah.
So do the
You took a
equation.
total of 21 instead of 17.
Bring
It
out
had
the
4 bonus.
quadratic formula.
Ooh.
Pull out
Now
those
we're
mouse. Add it up.
So you're at 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 0.
When it lands, it lands. Okay, you haven't been shaken this whole time, but that hurt. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
still up?
She got 11.
Let's go. Yeah. See, it didn't matter that I pointed out that she's supposed to take more.
So this force blast of this green blast of force, like just dead center in the chest while you're trying to line up your arrow, you take that damage and it hurts. It's now your turn. You have one more spell slot left. What do you want to do?
The red one.
It is pretty good.
Yeah, the red one looks really like.
It's really juicy.
Yeah, I can wear this.
Feet
That's
on
okay.
in range
I
of
still think the
zero.
red one's best.
I don't like.
You could
try the blue one.
You're at 50, so you
Not
can
great.
run 20 feet
Yeah, it doesn't look very
to
good.
get
That's
into
true. I did.
Okay.
The no you was pretty faded.
I'll shoot my acid at.
What?
Okay, your acid breath.
Yeah.
Is it a 30-foot line?
Yeah.
You're trying to.
So you run up 30 feet and then shoot acid. Or you can get within 20 feet if you wanted to be closer.
Okay, so I couldn't really.
Do you want that instead?
Or dog.
But then I won't be able to move back.
I'm just checking. Okay. So you can get within 30 feet, and then you shoot your acid.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, she's gonna use her acid breath weapon.
Give
And
the
what's the
crown, give the
stage
crown.
for that?
There you go.
For some
Where's
reason,
my?
it's
I'm drawing
usually
your
a
cool
weapon,
picture.
but it's supposed to be
Oh, that detail.
Do they have ears?
Um,
Like flat ears.
I don't know.
no, I'd say.
They have like this.
Succeed. Half damage on a
Half.
success. Okay.
Cool thing.
So what's the damage for that?
Honestly, this whole time I've been imagining him like that dancing with this guy. You know what I mean?
I know. Yeah.
This thing in my head.
Yeah, cool thing.
I rolled
Oh,
4
wait, no,
total.
they don't.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say, I don't know why they would.
Because the damage is 2d6.
Or dogs.
They have,
Okay.
they have ears, but not
So, none of your characters can see this, but Nora, having been struck with this blast, decides to take matters into her own, not hands, but face. And so she runs 20 feet forward and shoots her acid breath weapon out of her face. And even though this guy is, so she's about 20, she's 30 feet back,
Wait,
basically.
where's she? Where acid? Where's the acid going?
Her face toward him,
Is it a cone?
it is a line.
Oh, okay.
5 by 30 line. So this line of acid shoots from her face, and he tries to duck, and it does save him some damage, but he only has 3 hit points, and she does 4 damage. So the acid hits, scalds, and overcomes his will to live as he falls to the ground.
Yeah.
And so another enemy is the first one that Nora has
You
defeated.
have 1 hit point left. I said 2, half of 4.
Why would it be half of 4?
Because he's a thief.
Oh, because you rolled a 4 total damage. And you lost half.
Yeah.
Yes.
He doesn't want to do
He
it.
lost the will to live.
He doesn't want
After
to.
the bird.
Yeah.
It's funny to die.
I'm okay with this. It's 1 hit point, and frankly, he started out in a better place than he probably should have. We're gonna call it because I already said it. I don't want to. So
I think that's
something about her acid was extra strong this time around.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. With that, that's fine.
You
so-
give the little fancy thing.
With that, Elle, will you roll a d20 for a wisdom save on the last guard as this?
2.
The last guard tries to just takes off, sprinting away, basically toward me, and gets 60 feet away. So put him on the table. Nora, the last guard runs and is now about 90 feet away from me. With that, Zach, team it. This, or you don't know it's Tiamat, but this 5-headed, multicolored land whale flies towards you, and in a loud, reverberating voice of disdain,
Disdain.
What mere mortal enters my presence with no offering? This booming, majestic, queenly voice.
Trying to think if I have anything worth value I could offer.
Opens it back.
What is this the party?
Gus is drawing up the party.
I'm gonna start to smile when you can say one.
I suppose I could try casting
You drink too much water.
alter self.
He's like an actual
Make myself look like a dragon. What I believe to be a dragon. So I'm gonna turn myself into a whale.
And then how
Okay.
Because this is what I believe.
So-
Oh, she's like 6 feet.
Like the dragonborn that you have seen, you try and turn yourself into, or a whale with wings.
A whale with wings. Because I don't know
Lower
the
size.
Yeah.
So
I'm turning myself into you.
So
But
Okay.
it's hard.
So Zach's character tries to use alter self to approximate a whale with wings. Not the dragonborn, but what he imagines as a like form.
Makes sense, yeah.
Respectful.
And you say what again?
This is what I believe you look like. You're a land whale, yes?
I want to be like you. Okay, so roll. Sorry. Roll. Dear goodness. Persuasion check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
There's the part.
What?
Persuasion.
I like that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Natural one.
Yeah.
2 total. Is it a 1 or is it a 2?
It's a 2 with 0.
Nice.
Okay. So this large creature will land next to you, and all 5 heads will train on you.
For you two,
The one with acid dripping from its teeth gets close, right up into your face.
baby-sized hand.
Give you a head roll.
Or Max,
Huh?
you guys are traveling.
Yes, we're going to.
Yes.
Okay.
Love you.
And then he turns over and
Make a percentile die roll.
To see how good you're doing.
If it's higher than 20, if it's you want higher than 20.
Perfect. 87.
Okay. As you two travel, it's almost like because for you this is a slight dream sequency thing. It's almost like the power of you two together. You bamf 1,000 feet,
That's crazy.
and it just feels natural. You like take a step, and it's like into the next step. Cool. So you are suddenly much closer to this temple, and as you look, that alternate form of Tiamat with the 5 heads lounging rises up, and the heads kind of look around in all directions and then come back, and the wings come up and stretch. What do you do? Probably still a couple hundred feet out, 300 feet. You're about 300 feet out.
Who's like getting up? Is he looking at us?
You want one of the prizes? I'll take a bath.
You think she's aware of your presence? Yes.
Should we just like keep walking?
I don't know. I feel like
No, these are crazy, dude.
I'm gonna.
Also, Gus, it's really warm. Really warm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
They're not super big.
Does he still have his injuries?
So you're more.
Do I still have my injuries? Like, do we? Yeah, in our dream sequence and his, like, I don't even know what this is for him.
So yours are still present when you look at your person. His aren't.
Okay, interesting distinction.
Mother team has healed me, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I like this logic.
The great mother expects me. Look, she's waiting for me.
I see. So we can go to her.
Yes, I will be her prophet. Her.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess we're just gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna keep heading towards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Eldritch Blast Man is dead. Jack.
Okay.
This is it. It's anyone's game.
What is it gonna be?
I'm dead.
What'd you roll?
3.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then I give you a little bit.
Oh.
And I gave Caleb's her axe.
Everyone's over his side.
No.
Oh man. Okay.
I love it.
And you were committed to Tiamat, weren't you?
Oh,
I think. You're a true believer of Tiamat, right?
From what you know.
Okay.
So.
yeah, no, fully committed.
Okay.
Should take a picture of that and put it in the Discord.
Max, did I have you roll a percentile die? I didn't, did you? Did I? Oh, no, I did I?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, because you rolled like a. Okay, roll. Yes, roll a percentile.
We're Tiamat's favorites.
We're all dead. Oh, Tiamat, that's right.
I was part of this.
I don't know what happened to my percentile.
Technically, you're still.
This one is gonna be the ones. This one's gonna be the
I
10.
died.
Sure.
Okay.
Jackie's dead.
That'll be
Yeah,
11.
I might die.
Okay.
unconscious.
So,
Yeah, we're in like dream. We're
Seems good, right? Yeah.
dream sequence for you.
Yeah.
Roll a
I'm
d4.
dreaming. He's dead.
No, that seems not good.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
My dream sequence is too.
Yeah.
Wants us to team up.
You end up.
Good with the base. That's
I get to see 2, actually.
So,
You're only 11.
you wake up in the back of a very dark cave and it's hot, and you see a creature in front of you thrashing at in this cave.
A
And
Tiamat-like creature?
it takes a moment to realize, but yes, as arcane sparks of 5 different colors fly as they bash every head against some sort of magical barrier.
Yeah, Kayla's just gonna like
Like, but prostrate yourself.
yeah, thank you.
After you felt the basic, alright.
Yes, that's the word. Yeah, so Kayla's just gonna
One word, 2 syllables. No. So okay, so that's where you're at. So you fall forward. Do you say anything?
No, I think Kalis is so shocked by this turn of events that they're like shocked to silence and is just like bowing, like waiting to see if like Tiamat reacts at all.
Okay. That you gets us to Nora. Nora, you have an enemy running off, and you know that your party had tracked these guards from Greenest, and so you can see that she's running back to Greenest. The last enemy on the field who's not there.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot an arrow at them with Hail of Thorns.
Okay. So make your attack.
Coming on, and then it shoots out a little bit of water and it lands on
That's
it.
yeah.
That is not gonna be enough. It's
I agree. I hate
you're still recovering from your breath weapon as you go to, and you kind of have to take a moment and spit a little extra acid out. It's like distracting you, and it causes your aim to be off. Okay, but you're still concentrating on Hell of Thorns with your last spell slot. Okay.
I'm gonna be concentrating if it didn't hit.
No, but you cast it, and then on your next hit, if I remember correctly, because it's a concentration based spell. Right? Hell Thorns. Concentration up to 1 minute. The next time you hit a creature with ranged attack. So you have it active as a concentration. You cast it as a bonus action. So it's sitting there in the background, and when you hit, it goes off. Yeah. Okay. So that's Nora. The guard continues to sprint and gets from she was at 90 feet, and now she is at 150.
You could be somebody's figment of imagination.
Can I move 30 feet forward?
So yeah, go ahead. So you jump basically to where Gus and the merman's dead bodies. Yeah. So you're at 120 feet. Cool. That Tiamat lands right here, and you can see the acid dripping from this massive, and it just feels like it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Actually, make a wisdom saving throw.
Got it. Wisdom saving, you say?
Yes.
That is a 12.
Okay. That's barely enough to stay sane.
9 plus 3.
There's a moment where you get almost vertigo as
I hate that.
in this dream state of yours. But you manage to stay focused as these razor sharp spikes of teeth dripping with acid get close to your face.
Can I see the euphor?
It's like
The little dangly bit. No, because it's kind of the teeth are very close woven. It's not like open like this.
Oh,
It's like this.
Oh, it's like that SpongeBob episode where Patrick's like, he's dripping. Okay.
Venus flytrap style. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bro, option.
You say or do anything?
You're already heading to the penthouse floor.
Can I perceive how well the dental care is of this mouth?
Do you
Are you gonna do some like?
Make a perception check.
You got it.
like telegraph numbers?
It's an 11.
Their teeth, they have acid. There's no kelp in them.
Mm.
You just know.
You, with an 11, in the back corner is what appears to be a piece of purple cloth.
Mm.
So, well, I've heard of that.
I'm gonna offer to get that unstuck.
Okay, what does that sound like in your voice?
It gets to.
I see that there appears to be something caught between the what do you call it? Bony thingies in your mouth. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure some
Make,
creatures would have
make a persuasion check.
Juggling
With advantage or disadvantage?
Just as is.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What'd you roll?
I don't know. I think they just followed it.
Just
Do lizards have teeth?
Yeah.
They're closer to salamanders.
Sharks have teeth.
They're closer to salamanders.
They have undeveloped teeth.
Yeah, I was gonna say because axolotls are like the precursor to.
But they can turn into
suction
salamanders.
technique.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they're like they become salamanders.
Yeah, because if you don't care for them properly, they can turn into.
That's why like axolotls like don't appear naturally that often. They're almost all like bred.
Persuasion is a
It's like
10.
one specific place in like Mexico. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only place.
In this case,
Hence their name axolot.
with a 10, actually, in this case,
Yeah, they have the.
Yeah.
at least that would make you useful. The 4 other heads say, and she opens up this mouth of acid. Do you climb in?
Yeah, that's one.
Okay.
I'm
So
gonna cast. Would spider climb work to?
it would help.
Okay, yeah. I still have 2 others. Actually, 1 other spell slot because I used alter self and the other.
Is
two.
alter self concentration?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
This is perception.
Do alter self is not. Oh yes, it is. Just kidding. It lasts now, but that goes away. I think if you cast spider climb.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so you go back to your normal look, and spider climb allows you the ability to kind of step up and climb and step across the thing. I'd say make a dexterity saving throw with advantage because of your spider climb to see if you can avoid pools of acid and
That is an 18.
Okay, good. It works. So you manage to definitely step from tooth to tooth, basically, walking half sideways or at a funny angle like this, as you step around pools of acid that accumulate like saliva in her face. And you get over there. As you go to look at the robe and inspect it, you realize that it looks like what a lot of the robes in the camp of Tiamat had. That purple color, and you actually see the insignia of the 5-headed dragon on the corner of it. And perhaps some staining of red.
Interesting.
And so we'll come back to that. Max and L.
Inside the mouth.
You said you're continuing to move forward.
Yeah.
Okay, as you continue to walk forward, a small stream of lava off in the corner breaks, and you see the ground crack, move, and rumble as the volcanic ash splits, and this 2-foot stream of lava spreads to 10 feet wide and leaves in front of you as you're walking forward. You're now about 150 feet from Tiamat with a 10-foot lava flow in front of you, and the heat just emanates off of it.
It's 10 feet across.
10 feet across. Gus, you don't feel the heat quite that much. It feels warm. But Elle, you're feeling it a lot better.
Do you think you can make the jump, or should I throw it? Actually, wait, I think I
I was gonna say, what's your strength? So it's like 10. So my strength is plus. Oh, okay, yeah, you can probably throw it. Maybe not 10 feet, but.
If I like torpedo.
Well, okay, so I can levitate you, and then I can push you. Yeah. Let me make sure I have a spell slot still. Yeah, I have 1 spell slot left.
Okay. How do we get you across though?
I can probably jump. I'll try to jump.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to levitate him across.
Okay. So you cast levitate on him,
Yeah,
and then you kind of shove him.
yeah, and then push him across.
Does it move 10 feet? Is that the distance or 20?
Up to 20 feet high. So, but I would just raise him just like.
Okay. And then does it say anything about alternate moves?
You can change the altitude by 20 feet in the direction.
I would say just over like
You're the target. You can move up and down as part of your move. Otherwise,
grand door behind it. You
no.
don't see any like other.
So there's no horizontal movement with
I
that?
thought that was a descriptor on what happened.
Yeah, I
Of
can
someone,
Hold
use my movement, right?
You
Let me just double
can't
check.
actively move yourself horizontally, but like you can pull yourself along, and like that should be able to be done. I thought there was something in the spell
You
description.
can
I'm
move
looking
only
at
by
the
pushing
website.
or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach,
All
which
of
stands to reason I could push
Yeah.
you.
You're fixed.
and then you
Yeah,
Like I guess in
voice
I think that
shove just as far as you want.
Yeah, it's entertaining you pushing off a wall.
Yeah, that's
Spinning.
yeah. It doesn't specify. I guess it doesn't specify how far you can shove somebody, but I mean, I would just assume as far as.
So if you're pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface within reach, such as a wall or ceiling, which allows you to move as if you were climbing.
into a
As if you were climbing. Okay. So you're floating how high above the ground?
I don't know, sir.
Like-
You just turn off.
You're setting it 5, 10 feet.
Yeah, so I can still reach him, but so he's like not.
Okay. So so you have to treat it like you're climbing something, but horizontal. So since there's no air, swimming doesn't work. It has to be climbing. So you have to have an object.
I was
I can push him.
Right.
yeah, there's like a little
That works for 5 feet of movement.
For 5 feet of movement.
He needs something else. He has to be
And
able to
10
pull.
feet across.
Yeah. So you're now floating above the lava because she shoves you, and when she lets go, you get like a foot extra, as if she were giving you a
I'm
boosty,
going
right?
to
But
cast Mage Hand and push myself. Does that count?
Mage Hand can do 10 pounds of like
Yeah.
lifting force. I don't think so. That's like yeah.
So it's like.
Could you do like
Manipulate them.
If I
Yeah, I don't
jump,
have any friction though.
Exactly.
So
if
But
I
it's
jump
not
across it, it breaks
levitate
my
is not like
concentration.
it's not the same as like space flow because they say you have to be able to move, pull, and push against fixed objects as if you're climbing. So it's like you're climbing horizontal.
what if I like cast Firebolt at
Yeah.
the ground with that like
So you're thinking propulsion.
yeah.
I don't think that I'm not leaning into that side of the way of this right now. You need something physical to pull or push off of.
Well, if I jumped across or attempted to jump across, would it break my concentration?
No, only if you took damage, you'd have to make a
so if you
concentration.
jumped on top of him?
You at?
Oh, well, I'm thinking if I jump across, then I can throw him rope and pull him from the other side.
Okay.
Throw a rope.
Yeah, you can throw a rope.
Yeah. I have a rope. But I need to be on the other side so that I can pull you. So, yeah.
Technically, right now, either side is equidistant. So it's just. So do you want to throw him the rope first or after you jump?
He was work outside, really big work.
After I jump.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is your strength?
+1.
No, total strength.
13.
13? Okay. I'm pretty sure that's enough if you have a 10-foot running speed. Hold on.
Why would you want
I think it's right here.
the big man?
You should be able to jump 13
Yeah,
feet with a
so
10-foot run. Hold on.
The rat version of the Godfather.
So long jump. If you move 10 or more feet, you can jump a number of feet up to your strength score. So, and if it's a standing jump, it's half. So you can jump 13 feet with no trouble.
Sweet. Okay.
So
I
you
can just
leap-
like run and.
And you have, it's like you have just enough to like give yourself a foot of distance, which is just enough because as you take that step on the edge, the ash crumbles in toward the lava and you leap. And when you land, the ash and rock crumble in, but you manage to have good footing both ways. You have just enough. Cool.
Okay.
All right, and you throw the rope.
Yeah. Can I throw my rope?
Okay, so you go to throw the rope.
Yes.
We'll come back to it.
Okay.
It's midair. You're watching it go
Okay.
toward.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
should draw him like suspended.
So, Jack.
You have a red marker. Yeah.
you're prostrate before a rage monster Tiamat version thing.
Okay, is Tiamat still raging?
Yes.
I think after a little while, Kalos is gonna kind of peek up and
Let me roll a straight.
like
If it's high,
kind of look at Tiamat like oddly,
they are interested.
and
Do you want to do an insight check, maybe?
No,
Does that work?
I was just rolling
That-
it sure won't, but I'll make it anyway for fun.
All right. What were you thinking then?
Um,
and be like,
I was more thinking that Kalos is gonna probably like kind of approach the barrier and like
Allowing us to participate in your proposition.
I think that, you know what, I think no matter what, it's probably gonna you can do investigation
Coming together.
to try and feel around,
I
or
don't need to do
I mean, freaking.
or you can try and draw connections with insight.
I don't need to do insight either.
Okay, so what do? You go up to the barrier,
This rope, right?
and what do you do?
Yeah, so we are, I'm branding us as.
touch it?
It was my
This is
Okay.
this is Gus and Reed.
Usually your equipment is with you.
I assume so.
He'll never die. He doesn't die.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So technically, she's still, never mind. She's in a dream sequence.
Oh, true. I'm dead.
But
Actually,
and
yeah.
so see, but I don't think he's used any equipment.
Yeah, actually, do I have my Great Axe?
Persuasion.
I think we should do percentile die on this. We'll say 50-50 chance.
Alright.
So low 50 is better for you in this instance.
Alright.
Tens, ones.
Mhm.
That'll be 77.
Okay, so said it was better for you. So no, actually, you go to reach for your great axe. You know, like, where's my stuff?
Alright,
No. We were joking. You succeeded.
yeah, I think in that case,
Throw up.
I guess I'm gonna attack.
It'll go straight to your thigh.
No, I don't know. I haven't really thought about.
Would you like to try punching it 3 times and see what happens?
Not really.
Are you in
no.
front of the barrier?
She's
Yeah.
she's behind the barrier.
Oh!
Behind
Go
the
get
barrier?
consumed!
Wait, I'm in the same side as Tiamat?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna get consumed.
Sorry. Yeah, you woke up in the cave in
I
the
did not
dark.
realize that.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
saw her raging against.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get consumed.
Okay. So what do you mean by that?
I'm gonna.
You're gonna go like.
Yeah, I'm
take
gonna
the
like.
sacrifice.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so I think, like, Kalis assumed that when they, like, prostrated themselves, that, like, that Tiamat would understand what they were doing.
Okay.
They're like, oh, okay, maybe she doesn't realize that I'm offering myself to be consumed. So yeah, Kalis is gonna, like, scoot forward until Tiamat hopefully, acknowledges them and consumes them.
Okay.
I did not realize I was on the same side as Tiamat. This is fantastic.
That's it.
It's worked out well. Back to me.
It's like the only time you ever want to be trapped in a group with Tiamat.
Yeah, I mean, Kalis is fully down for providing sustenance for Tiamat.
I'm debating.
It's a great choice.
Last week, right?
I still don't know what I signed up for.
Heretic.
You should.
I mean, I'm currently in the mouth of one of the heads.
Oh, you're halfway there. You've already taken the first step.
Yeah, exactly.
Now-
Wow, you're further ahead than me. Wow.
Yeah, no, you wait for her to close her mouth.
Yeah, wow, what a true gut.
I feel like it's gonna happen. I don't know if I want.
Truly very
Okay. Give me just a second. I do have to look this up.
I'm just trying to get, the purple cloth thing.
There's some nuances about Tiamat that I have not researched in the past, so I have to make sure. Just give me a moment. Meanwhile, maybe consider what we would like to order for dinner if you have not considered this already.
The other part of the contract is like arrange the bathroom
Actually,
system on Samsung.
No pizza. That's my.
I'm kind of feeling cane.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Picture of
No.
Samsung.
No! No,
Coldly.
whatever everyone else wants.
Yeah, it's made out of the same material that coats.
You know what would make a really cool one-shot concept? Osmosis Jones.
So, absolutely, like I've had that thought before, and I wholeheartedly.
I don't know. I feel like it would be a very
I love Osmosis Jones.
That is so fun.
It's such a great concept.
And the secretary receptionist will let you inside the men's house. Outside.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be really
Inside the
Great
doorway,
time.
again, it's just
Very
another
great.
giant desk with
Okay,
like a big
hold on.
bugbear sitting on it. His feet are up on the desk, crossed over one another. He has like a cigar in his
Okay,
like,
cool.
right hand. He's taking up a big puff it, and the smoke filled the room as
Had I known it would involve this, I would have just had Kalis just continue to play.
This guy trying.
So all 3 of you enter the room
Behind
and
a
like
wall. Hold on. I'm almost there. I just.
What do you want?
I'm almost there.
The empty floor. The empty floor.
Sorry.
Well,
For once.
that's all the calls we're getting nowadays. Everybody wants to have a.
Okay. This you might actually find fun.
Oh, Logan.
Yeah.
What's your employee? What are you not taking?
6.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got a little time. I just. Okay. So.
I'm very.
Make a persuasion check.
And I'm just trying to share my love with everyone.
I mean, it's a little weird. It's right.
7.
Okay.
I'd like to see the elevator.
Thrilling gameplay.
And you said eat me or
No,
what?
Kayla said nothing.
Oh, you just went.
Yeah, Kayla just continued to scoop forward, hoping that Tiamat would eventually
Okay.
pick up on like the cue to consume Kayla's for sustenance.
Okay. We'll come back to it. How long, well, tell me, how long would you be in that kind of state?
I guess as long as it took for Tiamat to consume Kayla's.
Okay.
Until consumed.
Cool.
Yeah, 'cause I guess
So-
after a while they might eventually like kind of look up and be like,
okay. So and the first time it was a little subtle, hence the 7. Like you didn't really get the
Yeah.
attention of the rage monster. Nora, you're back. You're 120 feet away, and you're surrounded by a pile of unconscious and/or dead bodies. Every now and then, you hear a ragged gasp of breath from one of your party members, and that guard is still running at about 120 feet away.
I mean,
I would shoot my longbow with still the bonus action. Yeah,
Okay.
shoot it.
With the hell. All right. The 3 plus your bonus. So yeah. That is not. Are you going to keep chasing?
Yeah.
Okay, so 30 feet more, or yeah. So 30 feet more. She's off the map. That puts her at 90. The other guard dashes 60. So that means now 100 feet away. 150 feet away.
Oh no, there's a crack in the table. I didn't know.
There's a branch.
True.
Right, Zach. You see the this thing in your teeth before you.
This giant room.
I'm gonna, I guess,
In there is a pristine golden toilet.
very carefully,
Okay.
because we don't want to disturb something too much, because it's a land whale. You gotta be careful sometimes. I'm gonna gently try to pull it out.
Okay.
We're gonna give like a slight tug and see what happens.
Okay. It's still a strength check.
Okay.
If you are being ginger about it, do it with disadvantage. If you're like, I would start gentle and then slowly increase. Like it's a normal strength check.
That is a 15.
Because you have a -1.
Yeah.
A 15 is still enough to dislodge most of this, and you pull out and you get like 90% out of there. So it's like there's just a tiny little like that much of it left, kind of pressed between the teeth.
I'm gonna try to use my dagger and see if I can try to like scoop it out.
Okay, make a dexterity check with that one. Actually, make an attack roll with your dagger, which is basically the same thing. Just you get to add proficiency there, just in case.
Oh goodness gracious. That'll be a 12.
Okay. A 12 attacking thing, yeah. So you manage to. It takes a little work, but it's not like it's going anywhere. You kind of slice up, and it takes a couple tries. It's like you're doing it like multiple scrapes. You get a little more fabric and a little more fabric, but you end up like, oh, you got some plaque down here, and that kind of helps you. Like you actually clean part of the teeth a little bit. It's like you got one of those big scrapers. Cool. And so you succeed. The piece of cloth that's finally left is actually the reason it was caught is it is one of those like patches of the Dragon Queen, and it's a little ragged around the edge, but the patch itself is in good form. With a little bit of Tiamat slobber on it.
Yeah. Well, I'm more.
You want me to get anything else while I'm in here? Yeah, I'm in.
You hear a rumble, but the tongue starts to move and it kind of flops to you a little bit, or like you have to dodge it away because your spider climbs sideways. So no, you can't understand it from where you're at.
I'm gonna try to skedaddle out of there.
Okay. Cool.
What was that?
So you hop out. You've earned a favor.
Wait a minute.
Ooh, what's that?
One I'm not going to.
Oil melted?
I like that. I like that thingy.
Did anyone know? Did you know
What
about this?
boon would you ask of Tiamat?
Why did anyone know about this?
How do you know about Billy?
Knowledge, I guess, of
It's
what's
in my basement.
above the surface. I don't know a lot of what's up here. I have to keep asking people things, and I get information about stuff. I have no idea what it is.
Make a perception or make a persuasion check.
Straight roll.
Yes.
That is a 14.
All right. We'll come back to that.
Billy for real or Billy for fake?
Knowledge of the surface. Max and L. Rope. Mid cast.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
To catch it, it's a dex save.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, I got one.
Oh wait, that's the bad die.
The way he worded it.
Maybe this is the bad die.
Implied
7.
You said he's the reason there's oil.
L, make a
Would be like
dexterity check to see how well you threw it in the first place.
he knows all that he's not telling the boss about oil that's in the basement.
8.
The rope Gus reaches out in his floating form, and not having anything to really push off means too far forward and doesn't grasp the rope. It lands in the lava and begins to burn.
I'm gonna drop it. Yeah.
It burns up completely. It catches fire, and the lava just pulls in what's left of it, and then there's a couple feet left out that the lava works its way up into.
Do I have my equipment?
Make a percentile die roll. Below 50 is good for
Are
you.
you actually gonna hurt?
21.
Okay. Yes. I will say anything that's non-perishable. So anything. So not. Yeah. No. So, yeah. Inanimate, non-perishable. So not like no food or rations or anything, or water skins. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Throw my rope to you.
So
Okay. Dex and Dex. You
I'm
make
making
the
a saving
Dex
throw.
save. You make a Dex check.
That's a 1. He believes you. He's just like red in his
12.
eyes.
That is better. Yes. Both of you manage. You hang on to it. You throw it in a good angle. Your footing's more sure, and you catch.
Okay.
The problem was the last roll.
Success. And I'm assuming you pull it.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull him.
Yes.
Real fast. What do we want for dinner? Does anyone have ideas? Max has said, please not pizza. I know.
I'm not eating.
What about Chinese?
Panda.
Do we want to do panda?
Yeah.
It is easy.
Yeah.
Okay, if we do panda, I'm just gonna go get it at 5:45.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not dealing with what we did last time.
That's fine.
All right, I'll do the same thing we did last time. I think it was like 2 family meals. Was there any changes? Like I think I had 1 teriyaki, like 3 orange chicken,
Yeah.
a bunch fried rice, chow mein, white rice. Anything
That's
else?
Do you have like 1 spicy option? What I don't know Panda menu. So like, do they have anything spicy?
They have a lot of things spicy.
Maybe instead of the teriyaki.
Would be approved by.
They don't really have anything spicy.
It's like white people. Okay, I don't.
What is it?
White people spicy. I don't care. It's like something.
Orange chicken can be sometimes, but
Yeah, it's
spicy. Okay, I'll think on this when I get there. If I see anything with peppery seeds on them, I will do. Does anyone want spring rolls or egg rolls?
Also, do know.
No.
I'm fine with
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, I'm gonna leave at 5:45 to do that.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Alright.
We're good.
So
All right.
you pull me just
So
Yes.
you make it past the lava.
Yes.
Okay. Did you drop concentration or do you
Yeah, I'm
let
gonna drop concentration.
You could just kind of drag him around, drag him behind you, floating if you want.
I
That's
mean,
fine.
how long does the levitate last?
So we
That'd be cool if it
we
was.
deception him into thinking that we're gonna take care of Billy.
It lasts for
And you know it has a
10
problem
minutes.
with
10 minutes.
Okay. So do you want to pull him along?
Yeah, I'll pull him along.
Just for fun?
And then he just
Another Tiamat's first trial has been completed. Easily.
Yeah, sure. No road bumps at
No.
all.
Let us continue.
Yeah, so I'll just keep walking through the temple and drag him along.
Okay. All right, cool. That brings us to Jack. You're standing there. It's not working what you're doing right now, but the rage monster is still raging. Sparks.
Tiamat, Mother Tiamat. She responded all. She just keeps saying.
Make another persuasion check.
Nice.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting there.
Okay. The creature moves and stomps around you, but you don't seem to be saying it loud enough to get their attention. As they continue, it's
Yeah.
At this point, make an insight check for me.
7.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Believe it.
Brilliant gameplay.
We're killing this thing.
Sorry.
I know. I'm like, oh yeah, I love the character interactions on
Yes.
in D&D. Immediately gets separated from everyone.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well, I'm just gonna keep referring back to the fact that you did disembowel people this trip, this time around. But it's just not the same as like character interaction. Right? Okay.
That's okay. Someday I'll get consumed by it.
You know what? Make a percentile die roll for me.
Gus can always consume you as a monster.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like second only to Tiamat.
That is a good point. This will be ones. This will be ones. That is a 41.
Okay. I'm gonna hang on to that for a minute. Nora, your enemy, the guard, is 150 feet away and beginning to get where it's starting to be hard to track them because of brush and trees, and they're doing a zigzaggy thing, trying to stay hard to pin down.
How far away are they?
150 feet. Do you have a longbow or a short bow?
Longbow.
So that's just enough, I think. Okay.
No disadvantage,
disadvantage yet. Yeah. That might be enough.
11 plus 4?
A 15 is enough to hit this one with an arrow. Okay, so roll your damage, and you do have Hail of Thorns active.
Yay!
Let's see where this goes.
If you squeeze it, I'm not gonna get it. Oh, okay.
So, 9 damage with my bow and 1 damage with Hail of Thorns, but now they have 5 feet of difficult terrain.
Okay.
around them.
Hail of Thorns is not ensnaring strike, but so from the distance you're at, it's hard to tell. But as these,
Ensnaring strike?
oh no, I said it's not ensnaring strike. It's the other one, Hail of Thorns. So it was more for me than anybody else. Just registering that. So as your arrow strikes, goes to strike true, it splits into half a dozen arcane arrows, piercing the person, and they fall forward, thump, and you hear just the subtlest thump from such a distance away. And you imagine that that's probably all they had in them.
So they're gone? Okay, I'm gonna turn around toward them.
Okay.
And do I know which one is still breathing?
So, and you're still in movement. Do you want to move back? You're only
I
30.
just said I was gonna
You
move
said turn
toward
around. Okay, so you can go right up next to Zach there, Zach's character. Okay, so I'll let you do a medicine check. At this point, there's nothing going on over there. So the rest of you have basically until well, some of you have longer than others in game. You two have an hour until, or what's left of it.
Oh, nat 20
right.
plus 2.
So with your medicine check, you're we'll just say that covers the whole field. You notice that there are, I think, 3 or 4 guards down, because Sarge's body's over there too. So you have 4 guards down, and they're just dead. But your party, 2 of your party are alive and breathing. It's a bit rough, but they're alive, and that would be the merman. And Ellie, remind me what your character looks like.
I'm an arrogant.
An arrogant Nazi. So, describe your character for us. When she comes up to you, like you're struggling with life, but you're alive. What does it look like?
Yeah, I'm kind of like
Just Bugs time.
definitely looking worse for the wear. I have like pretty pale skin already, like it's a pale blue color, but it looks like almost as white as my hair. Like it's because it's white.
And is your hair like flowing like the breeze kind of thing?
Yeah.
It's like actual air mists things.
Yeah, it's got the
Yeah. So you notice that her hair is not moving as much as it usually does. It's like kind of low heartbeat is represented in the movement of her flowing breeze, literal breeze of it.
yes.
Okay, cool. And then you know that the Kobold King, and describe your character again.
Kalis is just like a giant SMR.
That's
like truly giant person.
7 foot,
They're really
8
big.
foot.
They're so big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
So you actually have to shove the Kobold King off of the merman when you realize he's dead. But yeah. And then you know that two are like beyond help unless you take them to a cleric of a certain skill. You would have to take their dead bodies. These two are breathing, but unconscious. So if you have any way of giving magical healing,
I just do a medicine check.
you did a medicine check to see what everybody's state was, because you said, "Can I tell who's dead or alive?" So they are. Oh, and that was a natural 20, and I usually let you. Yes, and I usually say nat 20s on medicine checks heal the hit points. So you get the whole state, but I will say that Zach's character comes back with 1 hit point. So Tiamat asks what your boon was, and then you get sucked out of dream state, and now you're looking up into the eyes of, I believe, a black dragonborn?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
You used to be able to afford to say
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
That's it. Okay, that's what he's doing.
No.
taking him and kind of
Congrats, you're alive.
Like, is there something that I missed about Billy's face? Is he
Wanna help heal
is it
the other
something-
that can
no
heal?
against Billy fake.
You really should, because it'll give us all.
I'm gonna try to poke guts.
He's, at this point, a little cold to the touch.
I'm gonna try to use firebolt to see if it'll warm up.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm gonna roll for
you
hit.
Roll
Why
damage.
would I back?
It's a D10.
I mean, it might work.
He's cold. I gotta warm him up. Look at that.
You actually start turning cold before you die. Fun fact. Yeah, it's
It's, oh, I'm doing D10. That is a. It's just a 1.
Poking your dead body.
Poking my dead body?
Damn it.
Yeah,
He's firebolting
yeah,
your dead body for 1 hit.
Oh, they're trying to warm you up.
Actually, I think I fired.
You know you're dead.
Do you?
I rolled a 1, so.
Yeah,
You take no damage. A black scorch mark appears on the skin, but no damage. But it doesn't cause any burns or anything.
I'm gonna try to like slap the face.
Nothing.
Sometimes you like slap.
Nothing. He is very much like you've seen fish when they get to the top of the surface and are no longer moving. They just float to a beach somewhere.
Once the creatures die,
They go.
it's like that.
Oh, it's like the opposite of a burial at sea. He's gone to the great beach in the sky as the time. Oh yeah, that works, right? I'm not wrong here.
It's something that's for sure.
All right. L.
Yes.
As I'm smacking him and hitting him, does him in the dream state feel any of this?
Nope.
No. Okay.
L and Max. So you guys are heading toward the this Tiamat form in front of you. 70-foot dragon sitting in this front courtyard of sorts of this large temple that seems to be dedicated to Tiamat. Wings spread wide as in a stretching, kind of relaxed mode here. And almost, it's as you look, it's almost from the 5 heads, they kind of look around, and it's almost like a cat that's bored, right? That's the feel you get as she looks at you with these heads. It's like a cat that couldn't really be bothered, but it's like, who are you? Like, I don't have anything else going on right now. Like that kind of feeling.
Alright, I'm immediately gonna get down on my knees, start bowing.
Sure, in the air.
Oh, I'm in there. I'm bowing in the air.
Okay.
Oh, great Mother Tiamat, it is I. Your
While
chosen.
kind of being pulled forward on the rope.
Yeah,
It is I, your chosen, your most loyal follower, Gus.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Hold on. Because I think I double my proficiency bonus because dragon is for dragon for Christmas.
Nice.
Let's go.
That's the good die, right?
That's a 1 plus 12. So I mean it's a 13.
How do you actually know how you're going to pay him the 15 a week? Oh.
It's a skill check, so a natural 1 is not automatically a fail. Especially with a plus 12. That's okay. Okay. So you end up with a 13, and your goal is to what do you?
Praising Mother Tiamat.
Okay.
Yeah, give her. Tell her that I'm her most loyal servant.
Okay, so
Just putting that out.
she gets the. Okay, it's not like this, like kitschy. That might be the wrong word, but it's like it's not like the heart eyes from the dragon in Shrek, but it's like it's a quite pleasant look on the white dragon head face as she looks at you, almost like a cat who's pleased, like you have a treat or they've gotten a snack or something like that. Okay. Anything you would do while this is happening?
I'm just gonna like watch the interaction go back and forth and see. Is there anything like specific that I noticed about Tiamat besides the obvious?
Make a perception check.
It means not even a full week, so we don't have to pay him.
And maybe give me a sense of what you're trying to look for.
10. Just like
Yeah, deception.
in general, because I don't know a lot about like
He's a lead to
just kind of sign this contract. Doesn't know a lot about Tiamat, and so just trying to learn anything they can about like.
When you look around, so when you're seeing Tiamat interact here, you look around, and it's more of what you can glean from the temple. There are some things, and with your previous perception check, you had a bigger sense of what this place is. It is very much that kind of hellscape look. And one thing you didn't notice when you were further away, that now as you look at Tiamat, you can look at her heads, and behind her you notice they're actually, let me see if I can find one. There are different colored, almost like demonic warriors that look draconic in nature, and they look kind of like this. Like this is a black one. You see a few different ones kind of flying around, and they look like medium-sized.
I know they're velociraptors.
So they have wings. They're not velociraptors. And I'll give you one more. I think if I can find it, that's a white Abishai. You didn't know what that was called. Sorry, I should have said it. Come on. Images. Here's a version of a white Abishai. So you get this sense of like these are humanoid. They're not dragonborn, but they're almost like draconic heritage demons behind her, and they seem like she's got some of these around.
Okay.
And you didn't notice them before. With a 10, that's about all you get. It's new and different. Okay. With that, where are we back to? Okay. With your 41 on that percentile die, as you come close, you start feeling pulled into the rage of this energy, and at one point the feet move around and they pass through you.
Oh, that's
And when they do, it's like you can feel a force, but it's not unlike the Eldritch Blast you felt. Only it's going through you and not stopping with you. As this rage monster begins to move around, you get caught up in the swirling motion of this energy and start going through something that feels like an astronaut chair helix thing. And so you start flipping in all directions as this rage of energy of the 5 different aspects of Tiamat, the 5 different natures of the chromatic queen, swirl you around on different axes.
I always assumed getting consumed would be quite literally being like eaten, but maybe this is what she's meant this whole time.
Roll a d6. Actually, make it a d10 because that's easier. Just d10 divided in half.
When I get to the bottom floor,
That's
do
what we're
you
doing.
leave without them or to join them?
I assume 1 divided in half can stay 1.
Yeah.
0.5.
Yep, definitely. Okay, now I just have to find that thing I had about Tiamat.
Yeah, this is
Did I say 0.1? I meant 0.5.
this must be how Tiamat consumes people. This all makes sense now. Of
I
course
get
she
it.
wouldn't just eat people. That would be too. That's
mean-
what a normal would do.
Okay.
Tiamat, mother of dragons. It's like
Got it.
clearly she has her own ways. I was a fool.
As you
So one is 2 foot tall, one is 12.
go through this process of swirl, you start also feeling this pulsing as the rings of energy start to circle around you as you float into like the heart core of this dragon creature that's enraged, and the rings each expand and contract and expand and contract and expand and contract, and then one of the black ring pulls out extra far as the others seem to cinch you tight, and then the black ring snaps and it starts wrapping around you and coiling in all these different directions and squeezes you so tight that it gets painful. And it feels like it lasts for hours as this thing wraps and wraps and wraps, and you can't breathe. And ultimately, there is a flash of black light before your eyes. What's your character's name again?
Kalis.
Yeah, Kalis. So Kalis, full 7 foot, 8 foot, I think. Yeah, something like that.
The brackets.
And you, when that flash happens, you are transported out of this place, and you appear. You wake up, and you have to press yourself out of what feels like a shell. If you think Ghostbusters, when they're pushing themselves out of the black ash of the previous things, that's kind of like, only it's a little bit stickier. And glassy than it's not so much lava as it is like a glass like crackling as you break this shell out. And as you do, you realize like your shoulders have weight on them.
Let's go!
And you turn into the thing she just saw. The black, so the black Abishai. And you are now a black Abishai of Tiamat. A lawful evil fiend with a variety of resistances and things. But that scene, that moment, is where we are going to end this game for this piece of this journey.
Finally, Kalis got consumed by Tiamat. Let's go.
So I kind of like the idea of continuing forward on these sorts of things. Whether we do that with the same characters that you like and see what happens. I will say that the next one, if we come back to this campaign in the future, started out as a one shot as they all do. If you want to keep going, what's going to happen is we'll come back and Elle will have disappeared and Gus is sitting there basically. So Elle is going to have her hour of dream sequence up, basically. Okay. And when she comes back to consciousness, it's going to be just the 3 of you alive with their dead bodies.
Oh, cool.
actually, not true. Her dead body is you're gonna at some point when you come back to consciousness. One of the first things that's gonna happen is her dead body starts crystallizing into black crystals and then dissolves into the ground in acid.
That's pretty cool.
Okay. And see.
Damn, I really thought we were bonding together. Now I'm gonna go back to your dead body instead.